Happy New Year's Eve.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks now. Honestly, I'm excited to finally be back. I kind of missed it. I saw, our clips. It was exciting, but I was like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
nice to
back
be
to
here.
be back now in the basement.
A lot
And
of stuff happens in 2 weeks, man.
yes, a lot of stuff. Uh, so yeah, as you guys can see on our title here, we have a die-hard Minnesota fan. Um, I'm super excited. I've known Brandon here now for a while. First time I've ever met Brandon. Uh, it was up in Minnesota. We're doing a youth camp, and another buddy of his one of his best friends, Ryan, is his parents' place. We're up on top of this hill, and we were just sliding down, and the guy's like, "Oh, we can make it to the lake." And this is Sam, Ryan, and Brandon. Yeah, we can make it to the lake. And so Brandon goes on, and he's just flying down the hill, and then we just hear a bam, and we're like, okay. All of us kids were realizing, okay, we've heard like, oh, watch out for the bears,
Yeah.
as like the adults will scare the kids.
hmm
So we're ready for that. And I'm like, okay, here it comes. But then nothing's happening. Brandon, nothing. They're yelling Brandon. I was like, okay, he's coming out somewhere. Like we're getting ready. And then Sam and Ryan just bolt down, and they're like, somebody get somebody. And I was like, I run up to the house. I'm like, Ryan, Brandon, someone's out. I don't know what's going on. And sure enough, he gets knocked out by the dock. His head nails the dock.
Yikes.
And gets knocked out and comes back, and we're just like, what? Like I was still in shock to this day.
Yeah.
He is one tough son of a gun.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
fun. And so that's always when I think of Brandon. That's man, that noggin is tough.
Yeah, hard headed. Holy crap. Oh my gosh.
So again, big diehard Minnesota fan. Everyone, welcome to the stream. Brandon, buddy, what's up? How's it going?
Oh, just living the dream or the nightmare. I don't know which one it is yet, though. But it's that's one heck of an intro. I don't know if anybody's gonna listen to my takes now that I got knocked upside the head. But,
Hey, that's a little thing I can say. Hey, he just wasn't well. His head's not there. That's why he's a Minnesota fan, right?
right, I guess so.
Perfect.
I guess so.
So we're just gonna hop right into the Central, and we'll kind of do this as quick as you want it to be, I guess. But get you back to your family. Sounds like 3 days not seeing them. So whatever we can do to get you in and out. But yeah, so I don't know if you've been listening to us at all, but for me, we'll jump right into the Wild.
Yeah.
I've said it multiple times, and I believe it to this day that you guys are a great team. Wild are a great team. I love watching them. But if you don't have Kirill, you don't have a team. That guy, if he's not on that lineup, he's the team doesn't show up. And I think right now too, like they're in a slump, which I'm not worried about because the Jets were in a slump and now they're coming back and they're a little bit harder to play right now. But Minnesota, especially tonight, need a big win past these Predators. But I don't know. What you tell me, why do you think the Wild are just top notch here?
Well, I wish we could have had this podcast like a month ago because I would have made you a believer in a heartbeat. Now after about a month and change of this is a completely different team than it was the start of the year. This team, to be honest with you, nobody foresaw this from this team, and they don't have to apologize for the wins that they've accumulated, but they accumulated them by playing as a team. This team that's playing now, I attribute it kind of back to when Zuccarello got hurt. It wasn't because they missed Zuccarello, because it was more of how he got injured. The ways they won the first few months of the season was all because they played a full 60-minute game. If you've watched the Wild the past 15 games, 10, 15 games, they're taking two to at least 1 to 2 periods off every night. That was evident just the other night against Ottawa. Ottawa was on the back-to-back on the second night of a back-to-back, and the Wild just decided not to play, and they paid for it. That was a game the Wild should have walked away and won. The Ottawa Senators started an AHL goalie. I think it was his fourth start ever, and they lose. They beat the Dallas Stars the other night, but if anybody watched that game, Dallas controlled every portion of that game. Wild had no business winning that. And I agree with you. With AK-97 out, this team has struggled. But if they go back to their identity, the way they did the first 2.5 months, there's no reason that other teams shouldn't fear this team. And I love numbers. I love stats. And if you go back in the first couple months, the Wild gave up the least amount of high danger chances the first 2.5 months out of any NHL team. Why was that? Because Philip Gustafson was playing out of his mind. But not only that, his defensive core in front of him, when you have Spurgeon, when you have Brodin, when you have Jake Middleton, when you have Brock Faber, who I will say, beat the drum, he will be the next Chris Chelios. Maybe not as offensive, and I know that's high praise, but the way he and personally, I think he should have won Rookie of the Year again over Connor Bedard. But everybody, Connor Bedard is the love child of every NHL scout, and they said no way, we can't give it to him, even though Connor Bedard didn't finish the entire regular season. Brock Faber was the rock of Minnesota's defensive core. And when you have that defensive core healthy, mind you, this team, that's how you win playoff games, because everything in the playoffs speeds up and everything just shrinks. And the Minnesota Wild, the first 2 months, shrunk everything, and teams could not score on them on 5-on-5. But also in the playoffs, special teams matter. And if you've watched the Minnesota Wild special team, I pretty much want to hit my head against the dock again every time I watch them do a penalty kill. It is painful. They can't win defensive zone faceoffs, and they're setting a historic rate of allowing goals against on power plays in under 14 seconds. It's insane. They've already done in the past month. They've allowed 8 goals in under 14 seconds in a power play, and it's absolutely atrocious. And they got to fix it, which is really confusing to me, because this team, it's unbelievable when they get going north and south, and when they're going coast to coast, butter and toast. It is silky smooth, boy. It is awesome. But then once all of a sudden they get into their power play or penalty kill, it seems. When you're at church and you have little kids running in the sanctuary, all running around, and then they run around in the foyer, in the commons area where everybody's going, and all of a sudden they run into the sanctuary, and all of a sudden they stop, and they're like, oh, we can't do this anymore. We can't scream and yell. And it's like they're walking, the Wild are walking into a funeral every time, I swear, when they're on the power play, because they forget that they are a speed team, and they forget that games are won in the NHL by mucking and grinding. It's sad to see. So I wish I could give you a little more positivity on certain aspects, but if I'm going to give you some positivity, all right, they are injured beyond belief. This is insane. My belief, though, right now, John Hines knows how to get this team going when healthy. When their defensive core unit is healthy, the rest will follow. Because I truly believe this team is built off of their defensive core. And with Gus playing at a Vezina level, yes, I said it, Gus was ranked behind Connor Hellebuck as far as being the second overall goalie in the NHL. And I'll be the first to admit, I was on a different podcast 2 years ago saying trade Gus. I got to eat crow on that one, because he is playing absolutely out of his mind. And when you want to win playoff games, and if you're really a cup contender, you have to have that goaltender to lift you. And now I'll admit, I have a man crush on Connor Hellebuck and the Winnipeg Jets. If I was going to build a team, it would look like that. But for the most part, the Wild, when they get healthy, and you are correct, 1,000%, without Kirill, this team seems a little bit lost, but I will have to push back a fuzz on that just a bit, because Eriksson Ek has been out. Zuccarello, he should be out for the entire year. He took a clapper to the groin and literally
he's got a point tonight. He's coming back good, so that's what you guys need. Right.
And Zuccarello, he literally had a testicle ruptured by taking a slap shot to the groin, and it's like, dude, you should not be playing hockey. Respect to you, madman. That's insane. But then when you have a no-show of Johansson, honestly, I would care less if he got a healthy scratch. But my biggest issue since Kirill has had his injuries and since the Wild have been struggling, there's an APB out for Matthew Boldy. And if you guys have seen him, call me up, shout me out, or somebody tell me what has happened to that man, because he's like Shaquille O'Neal and doesn't know that he can actually play down low with the basketball. It's like think about if Shaquille O'Neal just tried to jack up threes all day. That would be stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you get Matthew Boldy, who is a absolute ox, and he's got hands like a Swedish masseuse, and he doesn't use them. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? And for me, like I said, the reason I thought Zuccarello injury attributed to a lot of this is people saw Zuccarello sacrifice his body, and he got hurt big time. And the team stopped doing the little things right, like getting in front of the net, grinding down low. They're playing extremely passive, and so you are not alone, gentlemen, at having some doubts about this team. But truly, I think once health prevails for this team, hopefully you'll see a true playoff contender.
Yeah. No, I think you said it in the beginning. No one expected this out of the Wild. We didn't. We did a preview of the Central Division.
Had them maybe in the middle.
No, we had them at like 6. We had them really not doing much because we weren't expecting this, and I don't think anyone really was. But
it's the fact that Krill's had this breakout season, and said the goalie Gusto, he's had a phenomenal start to the season as a top goalie, and they've kind of
they're kind of mellowing off. But again, like that healthiness is really big. Like, yes, every team when they're hurt, it sucks. But a lot of teams can get through it. Wild are just that aspect of they can get through it, but who's going to step up? Like you said, Matt's not stepping up as much as you'd want him to. But again, I said it kind of the last couple of weeks. I would love to see the Wild go after somebody here just to add a little bit more depth down the line. Just, I think there's guys available on the Rangers. You got guys available on the Buffalo. You got guys available, like even getting Zook back on the Wild just would help on that third, fourth line. And he already knows everybody. I would like to see an action coming. I know they're very tight on cap. And I know that the Preezy and Suter gets kind of off the books here after this year, but if they want to make a good
wait till next year, baby.
So if they want to make a good push this year, I need them to see a trade or an addition up on that front line.
Yeah, something to help out offensively.
Because like you were saying, I think their D's great.
Yeah,
I do.
As long as they're still healthy, because they had that stint where they had 4 or 5 guys starters they got hurt. And so that's obviously you're gonna plummet a little bit. You're gonna lose probably a couple games after something like that because you got guys coming up and you gotta mesh things together. So that definitely hurt them for just that month. Yeah, I would say.
So it's a tight. We've said it a bunch of times that Central is one of the toughest divisions out there. Yeah. And it's honestly so fun because I think last week we were talking about how right now it's the Jets and Minnesota going head to head in the first and the second. And then you had the Avalanche and Dallas kind of 3 and 4 right there. And now with Wild breaking down, and they're kind of fighting a little bit with Colorado at the 3 and 4 with Dallas, but also kind of up there with the Jets right around that 48-point marker. And then you have the Blues that are sneaking their way up. And I hate to say it, but that Nashville, I said it a long time ago. If Nashville gets to the playoffs, especially how terrible their season is right now. But if somehow they can make it to the playoffs and they somehow play the Wild, I put money on the Panthers because of their depth and, of course, of what they've gone through the season.
Yeah,
because of
diversity and all that.
I'd put money on the the Predators because of the depth right now. The Wild and the Predators just doesn't add up.
Mm.
See, here's the ace in the hole. Is Wild royalty Andrew Brunette coaches the Preds, and if he makes it, he cannot. He in his heart of heart, he cannot kill and shoot down the Wild. Game 7, 2003, he ended Patrick Waugh's career for us, and it was glorious. He cannot come back in the state of hockey and do us dirty like that. So I would actually find it kind of funny if Nashville loses tonight and they fire Andrew Brunette on account of losing to the Wild.
Hey,
I wouldn't object to that, but
hey, I'm saying the Preds are a team I'm surprised are not doing anything. For the talent they have, again, on paper, they should be number one. They should be on paper. But something's not clicking there, and they're just not doing anything. And that surprises me. I feel like for how low they are and the talent they have, it's kind of like, okay, we're just waiting for our guys to go. It's like, when are they going to go? Because they haven't clicked. So I'm surprised the Predators haven't done anything, really. I think they did a trade 2 weeks ago, but it was like, okay, it kind of evens out. Nothing crazy happened.
Yeah, they ship somebody off.
Yeah.
Bring anybody in.
So, I don't know. But again, yeah, this division in general, it's fun to, whenever I see the Jets, the Wild, Avalanche, or in the Stars, it's a fun game. They're all exciting. They got injuries here. They got guys that are playing. Yeah, like the Jets have a solid, I believe, 4 lines. And a lot of them are from the Kings, which sucks because of a dumb trade we did. But you know, Colorado's been hurt with injuries, and they're kind of adding guys here, so they're looking like a championship team. Dallas is trying to work out without Joe.
Yeah.
Still, you know, 68 points is so hard to
put up points. Now without Seguin.
Yeah.
Seguin's out, so.
So it's just it's a fun division. It really is, and I'm still excited. But
so where do you put the Wild then? Where would you rank them if you're ranking the Central Division? Who is above them?
Oh, I think above the Wild, or I would say the Jets. I'd
say the Jets. I'd say I'd want to put Colorado, but I'm still iffy on their goalie situation.
Yeah.
Even after getting rid of their 2 goalies and then bringing in both Woods and extending one of the Woods.
Yeah.
I still just see him as backups.
Yeah.
And I don't see him as true starters. With Gustafsson and Fleury, I have them as better goalie tandem than Colorado's goalies. But Colorado's got more of an offensive threat than the Wild does. But physically, though, those teams match up well.
Yeah. If I'm going like the best of 7 series, I don't think the Wild could beat the Jets, and I don't think they could beat Colorado. But
I think they could take Dallas.
I think they could take Dallas, but it would be a
they gotta
game
get past
7.
Ottinger.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
It'd be very tough. But that's what I'd have them. I would have them at 3 for sure.
Yeah. I'm not gonna fight you there, but I do agree with you as far as that Central Division. I think we're splitting hairs, and really when it comes down to playoff stuff, it's going to be matchup based driven, and you're 1,000% right. Can the Wild put the puck in the net? I don't know. I can't answer that. I was fully prepared this year to see the Wild prospects come up, and honestly, in the next 2-3 years, I think the Wild are going to be hoisting a cup.
I don't know if you have been. I've been keeping up with the World Juniors tournament, and the Wild have their prospect Kevin Byam. He's on there, and I watched his game against Latvia. And he scored a goal, and they did an interview with him, and Fabers did. They asked Fabers a question about him, and Fabers, had high praise for him, high praise for the kid, and was excited to have the kid come and play with him next year. And so, I think even going forward, your defensive core gets even stronger as coming into next year and the following years after. So, that's even just that's good news for the Wild and fans and everything to go around. You're gonna get even better and better players. You just maybe a little bit more offensive, forwards.
And I would say offensively, that's where I'm probably most excited, because they have Riley Heidt, they have Liam Ogren, they have Charlie Strammel, who transferred from Wisconsin. He's now at Michigan State and just absolutely tearing it up.
Michigan State tearing it up. Yeah.
And they're big. They're getting some big boys, and it's like this is even the trade. for your check from Columbus are adding another first round defensive player. It's like that team is going to be an absolute unit. And when you have Jesper Wallstedt in the wings going to take over in goaltending in a year or two, it's looking pretty. And I think the Jets' reign is going to be short lived, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think after the contract of Preezy and Suter get finalized, I think that's a big learning curve for Minnesota, hopefully. And now you build around Kirill. I agree. I could 100% see in the next 2 to 3 years to maybe 2 to 3 years
legitimate cup contenders.
Cup contenders. And honestly, even next year, because of how well they're doing, if those rookies come in or the additions, I could 100% from just so far this year. You know, if I see some more, but again, that cap space is going to free up so much for you guys that it's going to be exciting. And I could 100% see a Stanley Cup in the future.
So if you're the Wild GM fellas right now, who are you putting on the Wild team and at what price? You got Capo Caco, you got Brock Nelson, you know, all those names floating around. I don't think the Wild can necessarily pull it off, but who you taking?
Yeah.
See, how much cap space do they get next year? Because I know, like, it's probably way out there, one of the things, but if Colorado can't come up with an extension or re-sign Rantanen, can the Wild pull off, like, I think if they could add him, that would just put him over the hump.
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be but he's an unrestricted free agent.
Right. I got to see the Kirill re-signing. Because that's obviously the first chip's got to fall. But if he goes 7 for 7, I could see something like that. I think that would be a little rich, but I think that's what he's going to be looking for.
Because
it all depends on Kirill, because then from there, because I know at the end of the year we'll do like who's up for free agency and where we would like to fits, but I don't know.
Does he just take a team friendly? You know, because he wants to win that cup. I mean, like,
that's the biggest thing. Yeah, I know the GM is talking about open checkbook, but
when has Minnesota ever done that?
Yeah. So I think you got to pay the man. Like he's proven to be the guy for him, and but now in his mind, is it now I'm just gonna get paid, or does he want to win a Stanley Cup? And I feel like most guys want to win a Stanley Cup. Like, you're in the NHL, that's everyone. Like, as a kid, that's what you want. So
it's your dream.
Yeah. What middle ground can they go from, like, probably one of the highest paying forwards in the league to still being underneath the cap space to bring in another 2-3 guys that are
that can fill in that depth.
Fill in that depth that could play with him. And I don't know. It all depends on that contract, but I feel like it could be almost anything. Like, do you give up a good prospect too to maybe fill in a good, I don't know.
Bring in somebody to make a change right away.
Hey, Crosby's always available somehow, right? If he does really bad, they're doing pretty good, but you never know.
They're in a wild card spot hunt now.
Right.
But I don't know. We were told Penguins were all available.
They're desperate for a guy on the dot.
Right. So maybe they can go after your Penguins guy and they get a reunion with Fleury. Bring in somebody.
Fleury's gonna
be down that would be nice. I wouldn't object, but it's one of those where the cap casualty is just killer at this point.
Yeah, and it's been a killer for a while.
It's not like other sports.
Yeah,
just show as much.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't be as bad if they won a Stanley Cup with Zach and Ryan.
Yeah.
I think you guys been like, who cares?
Exactly.
Because that's how I see. Like, I'm a Rams fan. We went all in for Matthew Stafford. I don't care what happened because we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I think if that was the case with Zach and Ryan, you guys won a Stanley Cup, it would have been. You guys would be fine with what's going on right now.
Yeah.
But because of that, it's like, this
push you back 10 years.
It's literally yanking you back. Yeah. And I think after that chain is broken, like, you're free. You're literally free of like a lot of money. Like,
shackles are gone. You're free man.
It's gonna be super exciting.
Yeah.
So, but
So if you were gonna not okay, let's take the Jets off the list for a second. If there was one team you could pick where you're like, I do not want anybody playing this team. This one is gonna be an absolute wagon of a team to play against. Who are you picking? Because right now my cup representative for the Central is the Jets.
Yeah.
Who are you picking?
So just in the Central alone?
Well, I can't just. I would say Western Conference. I would take Jets.
Because if I'll do Central alone. If I do Central alone, I think that that's a tough one actually. Because I feel like if we're in Stanley Cup.
Just the Central we're doing?
Just the Central. It'd be like a team that completely would just go after the Wild. I feel like if you do the Wild in Colorado, it's going to be tight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be tight. I feel like Colorado's going to squeak it out in game 6 or something.
I would have done Colorado.
But it'd be tough. But yeah, Jets easily. But if you do the whole Western, I wouldn't want to fight. I wouldn't want to go in the Stanley Cup finals or anything. In the playoffs, I wouldn't want to go against the Knights and Edmonton. Those would be the other two I would not want a team to go against.
Yeah, the Knights would be my one.
Yeah, Knights are
another pretty complete team.
Yeah, I would love to see the Knights and Jets kind of play it off right now. I don't know. They probably have to play at some point. I wouldn't put my Kings up there because not to be I could, but honestly, I'm waiting for the downfall. I am. There's always been a year. It's always a year we lose 5 in a row or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right now they're doing great, and again we don't have Drew Doughty, and he's coming back soon, hopefully, and we might be. Yeah, we're a lot of guys haven't give credit to the Kings. Again, they're Western, way out there. They're not really going to be talked about a lot, but yeah, if you're going for the whole Western Conference, the Knights and Edmonton for sure would be the two I'd be scared of.
I don't even know if I'd put Edmonton on there.
I would. When Edmonton gets into the playoffs, it's different. It's playoff hockey, dude. You can't stop McDavid and Draisaitl. That's why they made it to the finals last year.
I know.
It's
so
tough.
Just can't trust Skinner.
Who cares about Jeff Skinner? There's one guy.
That's their goalie, though.
I'm
talking about their goalie.
Okay, I thought you were talking about.
I'm talking about goalie.
Okay, I thought you.
Jonas Brodin can stop McDavid, my man. Jonas Brodin is the McDavid killer. He is the kryptonite for Jonas.
Yeah.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
So. Yep. Hey, Cody, have you started your therapy on the Brock Faber, Liam Ogren, and Kevin Fiala trade yet?
Yeah. That's why I love Brock, okay?
Okay.
I'm upset that we got rid of him.
Should be happy though that he's found a home.
Hey, he did find a good home. He should have been at our home, but again, we needed some offense. Kevin's given us that offense, and I'm happy with it. I think we've had the last 2 years we've sat him for one game, and Healthy Scratch came back, and he's just been really good. He just needed that mental reset.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that with Brock last year, how good he did. It did suck because we have Brent Clark too. To see Brock and Brent together would have been amazing, dude.
Yeah.
It would have been really good.
That would have been, in my opinion, the best top two defensive line core.
Oh, yeah.
Young talent I would actually recent memory I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yep. So those guys would have been crazy good together. But yeah. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm glad he's doing good. I'm glad they can kind of build their defense probably around him in the next couple years, kind of what they're doing, honestly, I feel like, and good for him. I'm excited for him. He's fun to watch. So
hey, mark your calendar though, fellas. Next winter is World Juniors in St. Paul. Tickets just went on sale. $2,700. So if you guys want me to work for you guys, you can buy my tickets and I'll just scout for you.
Yeah. I'll see what kind of reimbursement we can get.
Yeah. Okay.
$2,700 for 29 games.
Well, maybe we'll get a sponsor by then. They can. No.
Yeah, right. They'll fly us out there.
In the world.
I know.
All right.
We really want to get to the high school hockey,
Right.
Minnesota high school hockey. We've heard good things about that, and I would love to just be in the nosebleeds and just hear the roar in that place. I feel like it goes nuts.
That's the one that sells out like a year in advance.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
Yep.
Super.
Next level, man. It's next level.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Well, sweet guys.
Really cool. But I don't know. I'm all done. Bauer, any more questions? Anything else?
No, I don't have
anything for you, Brandon. We loved having you, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks a bunch. That was awesome.
Loved it, man.
You guys
Yeah,
take care.
we'll definitely. We can definitely get you back on probably right before playoffs and kind of see how everything's looking.
See how they're looking. See where they're at seated. You know, things are gonna go.
Yes, sir. You guys have a great New Year.
Yeah, you too. See you later. Perfect, man. Gosh, what a guy, dude. I got a little intimidated. Not gonna lie, when he started going, man. I was like, oh, geez, man, he knows way too much. No.
I mean, he just you had to be convinced. I wasn't. I mean, like I'm not like I'm at your side completely on off on the Wild, but I'm in between. I agree, totally 100% agree on the playoff.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of agreeing on the playoffs. Mm-hmm. It seems
but I think we got to see them there.
Yeah,
we just got to see it. Like,
yep.
We can talk about it as much as we want, and we will. But I think we just once we see it, then we can be like our decisions, will be solidified.
Yeah.
We'll truly either believe, or we won't be believing.
Yeah. Nope, 100%. Just a little update before we kind of started talking to Brandon. The Predators were up 2-1. They are now losing 3-2 in the second. Looking good. Hey, Brandon predicted that coach is gone after tonight. So let's see what happens. If he does, okay, we'll have him on again. But no, that whole
Zuki,
Central
they
division.
needed Zuki back, and Zuki's got power play goal. So we said it's horrible watching the PK and power play. Well, they've already got a goal there tonight with Zuki back.
Yep.
And he's got an assist too.
Yep.
And, oh my God, Gustafsson got the assist on the power play goal.
Wow, he's got a goal and
an assist this year. Yeah, that's insane.
Gosh. So, yeah, here we go. Minnesota Wild. Maybe here comes their good turnaround and start winning some good games. We're talking about the Jets in Colorado. They're both on a 4-game winning streak. Mm-hmm. Minnesota's got to win tonight and start doing a little bit better on their last 10. 4-6 on their last 10. So, but
yeah, and the Stars are tied with the Sabres right now.
Yep.
So
the
Sabres are going to be playing hot. They're going to be playing hard, but they got mustered up a couple wins as of late.
Yep.
They snapped out of their big old 13 game losing streak, whatever it was.
Time to sell.
I don't know. I mean, you lose that many games, but you're still not as bad as the Rangers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the Rangers haven't done anything.
Very true.
Same with Nashville. So.
All right. Well, not for Essential. We went a long time. I loved it. That was good. Good talk.
We'll blow by.
Again.
How much has happened in the Pacific anyways? I mean,
nothing.
No.
Yeah, really nothing really does happen. Knights still are up in number 1.
What's your screenshot? Has much changed in the
in the wild card stuff?
Yeah, well, even for the Pacific at least.
Well, I just did the wild card and
oh, you didn't do the conference? Or the
no, divisions? I just did the wild card. So right now,
I think I did the divisions.
No, I don't think. It doesn't look like anything changed. The Knights were still 1. Kings were 2nd. Edmonton was 3rd.
Anaheim and San Jose split spots. That's it.
Dallas and Colorado flipped. Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, Nashville, Chicago flipped.
Utah and the Blues switched.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure. I'm assuming the Sharks came up a little bit.
No, they went down 1.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everything stayed the same.
So
2 weeks.
Much.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they haven't. I think Edmonton actually did go up and took the 2nd position, but then the Canes were kind of just been hot lately, 1-2, and took that spot back. So, but yeah, nothing too crazy has changed in the Pacific. Again, Knights are destroying it somehow. Again, they're a big surprise from us, which just from losing a lot of guys, they're doing really good. So Edmonton is crawling up. I remember they were down at the 6th, 7th area beginning of the year, so they're coming back up. Again, a lot of games left to see them coming. Same with Vancouver and the Flames. we're still rooting for the Flames, of course, for Walker, and hopefully, he can help provide some needed wins here, and right before they're going to take a break here and do the Four Nations here pretty soon. So
Yeah.
So that'll be
I think it's like another month out, maybe.
Yep. So, but yeah, nothing crazy in Pacific, and I'm ready to move on, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't got nothing. I don't know.
So
I mean, yeah.
I'll
Vancouver. I know. I think Hughes and Pedersen are day to day. I know they were injured over the weekend. But I believe it's just day to day. And that they were. Was that the one in Seattle? Yeah, they were up 4-1. Seattle came back and won.
Yeah. That was good for Seattle.
Good for Seattle. I think that was a big for Seattle because they needed that win. And Kakko has been doing decent with them. I mean, Seattle's got a two-win streak right now, and so I think the addition of Kakko has helped them out offensively. Somewhat.
So so not terrible, but yeah, over into the Eastern Conference, having just looking at the wild card spot, the thing that changes in the Atlantic is Tampa and Boston end up switching, and Pittsburgh and Ottawa. So Pittsburgh is now, well, actually they're out.
They're out.
They're out of a wild card. They were in. So
it's a point.
There's that. Another big thing was the Canadians, who I said need to be watched out. They were number 9, and they are now 4th. Literally 2 games away of being in a wild card spot, which is amazing because we've said that if Patrick can get out and healthy, and again, St. Louis never had a full healthy roster. Now he does, and seems like he's the right coach for this team.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, I was saying because he's had a bad start that maybe they should think about shipping him off because he helped them rebuild to where they're at, but he wasn't getting them over that hump. But then you find out that he's never had a game where everyone's been healthy, and then now that you see with everyone being healthy what he can do, so it's like, okay, well, maybe they give him a shot, see how things go with Lane coming back, and things have been great. 3-win streak, win streak, and their last 10, they're 7-3-0.
Yeah,
and with the tight race how it is right now in the East, like that's huge. Yeah, especially with the Rangers' downfall right now, and have been playing very good because Buffalo and Detroit are coming up, and Ottawa just shot up after a big winning streak. Now they're kind of a little bit. The sales are back, went down a little bit.
Yeah, so looking at from just 2 weeks ago, Philadelphia was number 4. They in the wild card race. They're now number 6. Again, and then the Canadians are number 4. They were 9. Let's see, the Columbus Blue Jackets are number 5. They were 7, so they're coming up. The Islanders were 6, are now 7, so they're still kind of fighting. Detroit goes down to 9 from 8, and then the biggest drop is the Rangers at 5, go down to 8.
Yeah.
And for the Rangers, now even gets worse, where their goalie they just paid $11 million.
IR. How long did it say? I didn't see what the injury was or if they disclosed anything on it. I just saw that he got put on IR. So
yeah,
I'm curious how many games it'll be.
Yeah, well, it's at least a week.
Yeah, true. And they got quick.
They do have quick.
The thing is, though, the Rangers
don't have anything.
No, they've been relying on their goalies this whole season. Like they had a good first month.
Yeah.
And we were talking before. I said that they were at one point 12-4-1. And since then, they're 16-19-1 now. Out of their last 19 games, I think they've lost 14 games, and so it's just a generational downfall for a team that last year had won the President's Trophy in the regular season. So they were the best team in the regular season. Not much changes. You kind of have a deep playoff run, and the next following year, you're almost at the bottom of the league.
They're the worst in their division.
Yeah, and that's a good luck getting back up in that division with those top 4 teams because, like we said in the beginning of the year, before the season started, the Atlantic was probably the hardest division. And then, as the season went on, a month or 2 months in, like, it didn't really seem like it. But now when you look at it, holy crap, like, we're tight. compared to the Metropolitan, your top four are all within a couple games. Well, then you get into fourth, not even the fourth, Pittsburgh, who's got 39 points. That's 6 points behind Carolina. That's 3 games behind Carolina compared to the Atlantic, where you got 48, 48, 44, 42, like the 40, 37. Like we're talking 2 games max between these 6 teams.
Yeah.
And it's anybody's game.
Yep.
And we're about at the halfway point, and we're getting really tight right now.
Yeah, I could see Boston at 3. I could see them dropping down to 5 with how these other teams are doing. And again, Boston was always a hit and miss, and then
they had that little slump.
Yeah,
they had like the little lot, like they
were at 6 at one point.
Like they had they had the weird stuff going on, the Swayman things.
Yeah.
Then you have coach calling out coach getting fired. Then you have even the coach before like their star players, the Breadman you have Pasta, and then you have Marchand kind of doing weird things, and like now we look at them, they're in a wild card spot. But I feel like they've quietly
done it. Yes.
Snuck their way in there.
After the coach firing, it was a big deal. And
it was silence.
Then it's been like, okay, now we're sneaking our way back up.
Yeah. And we heard I haven't heard like anything about them.
Well, think about it. Like the bottom of that division, you got Ottawa, Montreal, Detroit, and Buffalo. But Buffalo's on the big news of losing 13 straight.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're still in it in a way. Like, I mean, they are, but they aren't, but they are.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they've won the last 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, then you have Montreal that's sneaking their way back up, and Ottawa is coming up. So you have these teams that are making bigger news, maybe good or bad,
mm-hmm.
but it's the way they're sneaking in. Even with like Tampa's still staying up there, and they're staying sneaky in that area. So I'm not.
Some of these lower teams are kind of getting a little streaky right now and going on a 2 or 3 game win streak, and that's definitely helping them out. But that's just making it that's putting a lot of pressure on those top teams to continue to win. Yeah, you got to keep winning to hold your spot. And when it's gonna be this playoffs gonna be pretty fun because it's matchup based. Is gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for that.
Because I think some teams could basically make it almost like they're like the Jets. The Jets, like we were talking about, who you want your ideal matchups to be in the playoffs and who you don't want to face. Like some of these teams, like they could go up against anybody, and basically you could see them pulling through and winning the series. Compared to some of these teams where I don't see them pulling away and winning a series if they play this specific team.
Yeah.
And so, that's where this ranking is going to get really interesting when it comes down to it, because we could see some teams they could make it all the way just because of the schedule, because of where they were ranked and seeded come playoff time. Compared if they were maybe 1 seed back, nope, they face a team that they have no hopes against because they just don't match up well.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys just saw or not, or even you. I had a little surprised look on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at the scores from today, because I haven't really looked. The Canadians beat Vegas 3-2.
Yeah.
They were down 2-0. They came back against one of the best teams in the league right now.
That I didn't know.
That's at Vegas too.
Oh, really?
That is tough. Vegas is one of the toughest barns.
They're better at home.
Yeah. And so, again, we talk about the Canadians. That's got to be the biggest confidence boost ever.
Yeah.
And shots weren't terrible. Canadians 22, Knights 29.
Mm-hmm. Especially after the break.
Yeah.
So facing a tough team like that.
Yep. I love that.
Yeah, that's
awesome,
huge.
Dude. That's amazing for those guys, and that's crazy. Yeah, crazy good.
I mean, they win the next one. Pittsburgh loses, they're right there.
Yeah.
And they win 2, and Ottawa doesn't win 1. They move up in that wild card spot.
Yeah. Right now, Jets and Avalanche are playing 2-2 into the second. Ooh, second period for the Wild. They got a power play coming up, tied 3-3.
It's 3-3 now.
Yep, 3-3 now. Going on the power play for the Wild.
A barn burner.
Stars and Sabres still 1-1. Hurricanes and Blue Jackets will end of the second 3-2 Hurricanes. And then Red Wings, Penguins. Red Wings up 2-1 with a Patty Kane power play goal.
He's been on the rise. He scored against the Caps on Sunday, too, as well. After they routed the Caps 4-2.
So, but yeah,
that's good for him after coming back from injury. I'm happy to see him. And did you see, actually, speaking of this super random, I'm sorry, Taze. Did you see the news about Jonathan Taze?
mm-mm.
He doesn't seem like he wants to be done. That he wants to come back and play.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Yeah,
Do what he wants, but I don't think that's smart.
I don't know.
You got the Stanley Cups, bro.
Yeah.
You're
and you're ranked one of, if not the best duo, him and Kane.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know if we want to say history. I mean, maybe we could, but
in Chicago history,
in
for sure.
Chicago history, no doubt about it. Even and like I mean, maybe even as a generation, that time period, they were the best.
Yep.
I mean, what they win 3 cups?
Yep. In 6 years. Yeah, they're 50%.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
That's just insane.
So, I don't know.
But I don't know if reading it, I don't know if he'd go back to the Blackhawks. I don't know how that. Did his contract get terminated? Or is it done?
Yeah, he's done. He wouldn't. Yeah, he hasn't played.
So he'd have to try out. He'd have to have a PTO.
Yeah.
Come next season.
Yeah. And it has to go with a lot of the doctors because the doctors would say, "Dude, you're not good to come back."
Yeah. And he'd have to pass the physical and all that.
So I don't know, but if he does, okay. But man, you're getting up there in age already. So
I know.
But anyways,
God, I was just thinking. I was like, oh my God, imagine like he goes to Detroit with a reunion with Kane. Like, oh man, it just sucks seeing these stars we grew up watching get old and
take that. Talk about guys getting hurt, guys getting old, guys that we've looked up to. Number 8 from Washington, captain. Good old red jersey here.
Breaks his leg 50 days ago, 40 days ago.
Something like that, yeah.
Or 40 50 days ago. Comes back Saturday, scores a goal. Granted, it was empty net. Who cares? Goal's a goal.
Comes back and scores another one next game.
Scores a legit 5-on-5 goal next game. Granted, they lose that game, but still. Obi's back. He's already scoring right away off the gate. That's what we all love to see. Yep. And I think seeing that, I think he can break the record this year.
Yeah.
He's on pace.
Excited.
25 more, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that, I think.
25 or 26.
Is it, what? Yeah, 870 now?
I don't know that number. I just know it's like 25 or 26 more.
But yeah, no, it's good to see him back. I think that's what I kind of said when he got hurt and I saw him skating. I said, okay, maybe by the end of the year, beginning of the year is when I predicted or assumed it would happen. So
right on time.
Yeah, talking about injuries, man, dude, that breaking your tibia is no joke. You put a lot of weight in that bone.
Especially him.
Yeah.
Not a light guy.
So that's impressive. Talking about injuries, we talked about Zuccarello pretty much never having kids again.
Yeah. Hopefully he's already got kids. I don't know if he does.
I think he does, yeah.
Okay,
so
good for him.
I hope. I guess I'm not sure. Maybe he doesn't, but yeah, dude, that's like so painful. Like the nerve damage to that is crazy.
Oh, I can't imagine.
So to have him come back for Minnesota and make an impact.
Well, too, speaking of injuries, Matthews re-aggravated his injury, so I don't know how that's going. I think he's out still.
Yeah.
So that hurt. But Toronto almost does better without him in the lineup.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be fine.
Yeah. So crazy things. So yeah, teams are looking a little bit brighter with their injuries coming back, and then you got the Rangers that injuries happen to your goaltender now that
you're the only one that seems to want to play.
Yeah. So
because they might be losing, but it's not all on him. It's the players. It's all he can't stop everything, man. He needs help too, and he can't score goals.
Oh no. So it's yeah. I will say I do like to see the Devils right where they're at. They're only 2 games ahead now of Washington.
Yeah.
3, but that I think that
only a point behind.
It looks like that's about the right spot they should be. They should be at number 2 if Carolina's not gonna.
It looks like, honestly, the rest of the season, it's going to be those 3 teams for the Metropolitan. Yeah. I don't foresee Pittsburgh getting any closer, and I mean within a game.
Yeah.
I would see them staying 2 to 3 games back behind. I'm really liking Columbus up there. I'm hoping to see them push, but that Atlantic now, I'm looking at it now, I'm just like, holy crap. I only foresee Washington, New Jersey, and Carolina getting out of the Metropolitan come playoffs. I can't see another team from the Metro making it. The rest of the 5 slots will be filled by the Atlantic, and I think that's what we predicted in the beginning of the season was that the Atlantic would have 5 spots, could be 8.
Yeah.
While the Metro would only have a couple.
You know, yeah. My prediction here now. I knew I was forgetting something.
We're gonna have a bold prediction every week.
Sure.
One of us. I mean, the line last year, or the last time was that the Predators will not make the playoffs. They're already out. You might as well just put the post up of them eliminated from playoff contention. That was my bold prediction.
Okay.
What's yours?
Mine is gonna be to watch out for Detroit. Forgot they fired their coach.
Yes. Oh, that no kidding.
Yep.
Yeah. Duh.
And they picked up. Dude. Oh my gosh, I can't do this. McCullen.
Yeah.
He's
the old. He was
the
like,
Canes coach.
Yes.
Why can I not think of his
Where
first
was he
name?
before?
He was he's at San Jose at one point. He was but
because that was a huge thing, because there was a lot of stories on
Todd
Detroit and how, like, I don't even know, like, they just, like, his first practice back, they ran like an hour and a half. Prior to that, I guess they only ran practices for like half hour, 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, what the? Like, I get it, they're NHL players and they play a lot of games, but still, like, how are you gonna mesh a team together and get good team chemistry when you're only running half hour? But a half hour, you freaking warm up in a half an hour. Like,
yeah,
I don't see how you can really get anything going with that short of practice time.
Yeah,
so
I don't either.
Weird, whatever they got going on over there.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
Because like, I get it, they're NHL players, but like, you still
need to practice.
Yeah, and longer than a half hour, 45 minutes.
But yeah, Todd McCullen, he was a good. Where we're at is because of him, and I'm excited to see. I think Detroit, you'll start seeing a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more movement up in that tough division already. But I'm excited to see what happens there. Mm-hmm. I think he could do some good for them. And again, when it's something like that where you fire a coach and you already hired, that was been talked about for a while. Yeah. So they must have talked to Todd about it and be like, hey, we need you. And they're like, yep, let's go. And okay, boom, boom, boom. So I'm excited for that part of Detroit. So my bold prediction is that they're going to be moving their way up here in the next couple weeks.
That's not a bad one. I like that one.
So that's my good one. I like it.
I like it too.
But anything else in the NHL there, buddy?
Not that I can remember. No. Even though I have really crappy memories, so I'm probably forgetting something. But it'll come back. It'll come next time.
Perfect. Love it.
No, not really. No, it's not nothing. No, I was just gonna say I needed to check if USA won against Canada tonight, because they're prior to the stream. Canada and USA for the World Juniors. They're playing tonight again, of course, for I don't know how many times, but the USA was up 1-0 at the end of the first period before we started.
And that game's probably still going on.
It is, and it just ended the second, and it is still 1-0. Oh, and by the way, the kid who scored was Caps prospect Cole Hudson. So, just want to say Caps got multiple prospects in this tournament. Ryan Leonard and Hudson are both on USA. Leonard's a stud.
Yeah, I love watching that guy. Honestly.
He's electric. He's
at Boston University, I think, right?
Yeah. Boston College or whatever, I believe. But oh man, that's gonna be our next franchise player, I think.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think so. Like, that kid is amazing. Yep. But then we got a kid on Latvia. I don't know, Maguli, or I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but he's one of the top point leaders right now in the tournament, along with Hudson as well. And so, Caps as a fan, Bright is very, very, or Future is very, very bright. I'm very excited for the next years to see these kids come up and play. And one who got snubbed off of Team Canada was Andrew Cristal, which I don't know if you've read a lot of stuff on Team Canada and how they've selected their roster this year and how they've led off like 6 top 10 picks.
Yeah.
Or 6 top. Or
even
first, like, it's like they've basically what they've kind of said is Team Canada has tried to be sneaky and just put together a roster, not just kind of pick the best players and put them together.
Being like Herb picking the right players.
Yeah, basically kind of, which is like, I don't know. In this day and age, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, not that. The type of style is different.
Exactly. It's super fast paced. Every player's skilled. They're all skilled players, so you want to get all the best guys who like. So they left off a lot of the top goal scorers. Cristal being one of them, and I can not pronouncing the other ones because they're all names I can't pronounce. So you can look them up, but they've left out a good amount of players.
Yeah,
that could easily win them. And so if they lose to the U.S., like Canada's going to be seeded very badly.
Yeah,
like, I think they're still going to make it into the next tournament up, but still, like they're not going to win it. Yeah. Unless, I mean, they could pull off a miracle.
Yeah, never know, but yeah, it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's it. That's my 2 takes. So
liking it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we started the podcast right away in the NHL, so we didn't get into our South Dakota hockey at all.
Yeah, I'll ask about because I want to ask about how the weekend went.
So, yeah, just looking at South Dakota hockey, I honestly it kind of sucks because like for the Cougars we're at number 5, right? We're 5th in the league.
Did you guys play? You haven't played. Have you played any league games in the last 2 weeks? Like since we've ended. So you didn't play that weekend. That our last podcast was.
I don't know.
No, okay.
I don't think so. Unless I went to Sioux Falls. Did I go to Sioux Falls? Maybe I'm not sure. I can't remember. But yeah, we did actually. But I don't know. Yeah, we went to Brandon Valley, or we went to Sioux Falls, played Brandon Valley, and then both Sioux Falls teams.
Okay. Oh, that was a 3-game weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like we look at this Rapid. They're only played 6 games where we're at 10. Like us, Yankton, and Sioux Center, we played 10 games already, and then it's 9, and then like 3 people with 8, 7, like in 6. So it's such a big gap. Like, yeah, we're at 5 right now, but like we don't play this weekend here, and then we have like another weekend off at some point.
That's weird.
But like it's just it's
that's like never happened. Why are they doing that?
I don't know. There's such a big gap. It's like, yeah, we're 5, but we could maybe be 8 or 7, or we could maybe be 4. Like it just doesn't. Well, we can't be 4, but like I don't know. It just doesn't make. I don't like it.
Yeah, because it's so much different. Because like I mean, yeah, it's been like 10 years since we played, but like we've never ever done 3 league games on a weekend. A Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well, that part we've
never done that.
We've done it.
I've never done that. I've never played 3 league games. Tournament. You'll do a tournament where you'll play, 4 games on a weekend.
I feel like we did it once.
I don't remember ever doing that ever.
There's always one time where we had a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Well,
maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't because we didn't have a Brandon Valley.
No,
we didn't have a
Sioux Center.
At the time, and it's just The only reason why we had that one Friday, Saturday, Sunday was because we needed to play Brandon Valley one time, and we played both Sioux Falls teams. So just how it was.
I just kind of feel like it's kind of a lot. High schooler. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
No, it's not.
Maybe I'm thinking as a parent standpoint with all that traveling.
Don't try to put your feet in those shoes, dude. It doesn't matter. You're spending money no matter what.
Yeah.
Get the games over with.
Yeah.
But yeah, so right now Yankton's number 1, Sioux Falls East is number 2, Rapid 3.
But wait, whoa, Yankton's 1? Sorry, I didn't know Rapid lost, or is it just because Yankton's?
No, it's just because of the games, man.
Okay.
Rapid's at 6 games. They're 6-0, but they're 12 points. Where Yankton's 10 games in at 8-2, it's 17.
Okay.
It's just how it is. So that's why it kind of sucks to say Yankton's number 1, which is good. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
But like, give it 3 weeks from now or 4 weeks, give it a month, Rapid's going to be up there if they don't end up losing. And so it just doesn't correlate very well is how I see it.
Gotcha.
If we go to games played, right, Rapid is 6 and they're with a 12. And then Brookings 6 and they're 10. Sioux Falls West has 7 with 12. So, like, right there, that's how I would say your top 3 would be Rapid, Brookings, and Sioux Falls West is how I would look at it.
Yep.
Because of the games played and where your record's at. So,
gotcha.
But yeah, it just sucks in that aspect of it. But again, Yankton's 1, Sioux Falls East is 2, Rapid is 3, Sioux Falls West is 4, Cougars are 5, Rangers are 6, Capitals are at 7, and Marlins and the Lakers are tied at 8. So, not terrible, but it just kind of sucks, to be honest.
Yeah, that's 4 games is a lot.
Yeah. So, in a couple more weeks, we'll probably get a true understanding of how, like, every game's very important to us because we're almost done compared to all these other teams.
Yeah.
But the next couple weeks will kind of show us, hey, this is what really matters.
Yeah. Where you're actually at.
So yeah, last weekend, the only game was Yankton and Huron, and Yankton only beat Huron 3-0. So, which is surprising. I think Yankton's kind of getting. They need to quickly learn that you're up there and you can almost probably beat almost any team, but it's you can't go into the games where you're supposed to win and be like, yeah, we're just gonna win, because then you always end up losing. Because that's what happened to us against Huron, our last game of the year. Yeah, we got this, coach, and we ended up losing. Same with the Cougars last year; they did the exact same thing. So, yeah, there's that. Then the last two weeks ago before the break, Huron played Pierre. Pierre won 7-3. We played Sioux Falls West, which was a good game, 1-3-2 for us. Sioux Falls East plays Sioux Center Storm 10-0. And then we played Sioux Falls East. Puck just wouldn't go in. Apparently, I wasn't there, but it was a good game. We lost 3-0. Pierre played Bradden Valley 1-5-2. Sioux Falls West played Sioux Center 10-0. Mitchell Marlins played Huron 1-8-2. Yankton played Watertown and won 6-2. And then that Friday night, Sioux Falls East won against Mitchell 6-5.
Wow.
That one might have gone in overtime.
Mitchell, another overtime game, huh?
Yeah, but I think that one could have. I'm not sure. Aberdeen played Brandon Valley, won 11-4. Rangers played Watertown, 1-4-1. So that kind of was a little recap of that from last 2 weeks. Big game tomorrow. Both Sioux Falls teams will play tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, why not? Or sorry, not Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday.
Still Thursday? What the
Yeah.
heck? They must not have. What? That's
8:30 game. So after school. It's not like they got to go travel anywhere.
True.
But, so those two teams, West and East, will both play at 8:30 on Thursday this week. So we got games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is great.
Full slate.
Yeah, Thursday game 8:30 against Sioux Falls players again. Friday one game Watertown against Huron, which could be a good game in Huron. Saturday the 4th we got 3 games. Sioux Falls East plays Pierre. Sioux Center will play Brookings Rangers, and Brandon Valley will play Mitchell Marlins. Sunday game will be Sioux Falls Flyers West and Pierre, 1 game. So, and then after that, then the Aberdeen Cougars will have a good game against hopefully Brookings at home. So
heck yeah.
But yeah, looking again, it's fun to watch these kids play. If you guys haven't already, watch them live, Barn. If you have it at any of the Aberdeen rinks, they're again fun games to watch. And South Dakota hockey, man, there's a lot of talent here. I know Rapid and Aberdeen went up to North Dakota, Dickinson, and
did you go or no?
No,
I didn't think so.
And they had I watched their games; were pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
I know the coach from Dickinson kind of just said that, hey, there's, good. You guys got good talent down here.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knew you got the teams could play, but Dickinson's coach was like, you guys were better than what they thought was coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's good because North Dakota's got some good teams. If you're gonna look at high school, you look at
Fargo.
I'm thinking you look at Minnesota, probably the best high school, and then it's probably North Dakota right around in there.
Yeah.
And we played guys that are playing for the, because like for us we don't have like a this is high school hockey and then this is like club hockey.
Mhm.
North Dakota has that.
Yeah.
You know, they have, well, if you don't make your high school team, then you got club teams.
Yep.
You know, so we were playing the high school teams, you know,
Really?
that are you know, beat out everybody. So
That's cool.
I think we lost 2-1 and 3-1 or it was 2-1 both games. So they played good.
Wow.
Good games for the Cougars and good for Rapid. I think Rapid won one of their games, and lost one, I think. But yeah, overall they said
That's crazy because I feel like when we went up there, like it wasn't.
It was club.
That's why. Huh?
It like well, you weren't there the senior year, but
Yeah.
they like there was a team there that literally was rejects of the high school teams in North Dakota.
Oh,
But they were like the last probably the last one or two, and but they were mostly just goons.
no.
They would just go out and hit, and we were like, we don't want to play these guys.
Uh,
We did not want to play, when luckily we didn't. And even Murdy's like, why? Like, because they all just going out trying to hurt guys,
yeah.
and we're like, no, we don't want to play.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I hate those. Yeah.
But
it sucks. Always get so damn chippy.
yeah.
I hate that.
So, but yeah, overall, man, South Dakota hockey's, we're getting there. We're getting to the nitty gritty. We got just a couple more months here. We got now January, February, March, and we're done. So, 3 months left.
It must sucks you don't have games this weekend.
Yeah, no, nothing this weekend. Get a break off and then get prepared for Brookings for Saturday and Watertown, I think, Sunday. And then we got another break. I think they travel somewhere. I think that's when they go to Wisconsin, which I'm not going. And then
Wow, they're not doing a tournament that far away. Why?
Backus doesn't know why either. So, but they're going.
Who schedules that?
Don't ask me. But so they're doing that, and then then I think every weekend then is just boom, boom, boom until I think the last weekend we
Well,
don't play. But
I'm trying to. We're doing our live stream one.
I know. I think that Watertown game we probably could. I know it's a Sunday, but
What time?
3.
Ugh. Horrible time.
Go to bed right away and wake up. But yeah, try to maybe live stream that one because I'd like to be behind the bench on the Brookings game.
Yeah.
Because I think we might not roll any lines differently. But
They'll be at Brookings though, won't it?
no, it's in Aberdeen.
Oh, it's here at home.
Yeah, it's 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Saturday.
I thought that was
No.
in Brookings. You said. Oh, okay.
No.
Do you want me to do? I can do that one too.
You wanna? I guess I can teach you how to do it. Show you what you got. It's really not that. Yeah, we could. We can try it again. I don't care.
As long as it's better than
It
the
should
last
be.
time. It's so
It should get
laggy.
better because
You'll be hooked up on the internet.
we'll be hooked up on the Ethernet, and we should be. Again, it's just the iOS, the shutter speed,
Yeah.
and that's just a little turn of a dial. So
Yeah.
we could do that. I could help. I could get the JV game going and kind of test it on the JV game, and then you could do Brookings.
No.
But you gotta have more enthusiasm talking.
I
Guys
know.
saying you're kind of bleh.
I was definitely.
So you
Probably
can't be bleh.
because I was nervous because the people standing around me, I didn't want to annoy.
No, I don't care.
Because I don't want to. Because I would when it got to overtime in the third period, like I was getting into it. I was like, hell yeah! I was like, yeah. I was even cheering for when like I was, I didn't want to be like biased. Because
Yeah.
obviously I'm a Cougar alumni,
Yeah.
so it's super hard to cheer for the other team.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, yeah, I was like cheering for Mitchell, like almost like I was like, oh my god, they just scored a goal, like
Wow.
tied up. Like I was just like, oh my god, cause number 23 is insane, man.
Yeah.
Who the hell is this kid?
So yeah. So we'll see. Maybe next week we'll talk about it here, and we might do the Brookings JV and varsity there.
You guys just better show up. I better not be coming to stream this game, blowing out like 10-0. I don't want
Oh,
that.
I was like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna yeah.
No, I know you show
I'm like,
up.
why
I
are you
mean,
telling them to show up?
no,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
who cares?
no, I mean, you and your team.
Hey, we lost to them 3-2 last time.
I know, so I'm
um,
expecting a good, hard-fought battle.
I think they will be focused. It's a late
Plus,
game.
put better here at
so
home. But that's the
yeah.
thing, though. It's late.
That'll be fine. That we played late last time against Brookings.
Oh, was it?
So
Yeah, but you guys are
we travel. Yeah, and we.
I just
traveled.
worry just because Mitch game, it was another late game, and you guys that felt like you guys came out pretty flat-footed.
Yeah, again,
Again,
I think mentally the kids will be like, it's Brookings, it's gonna
Yeah.
be tough, and they'll come out a little bit harder, hopefully. So
yeah.
we'll see. But again, practice hard, and hopefully we'll
You gonna do
come out
another
ready.
skate in the morning or no?
Yeah, we've been skating. We won't skate tomorrow morning, but yeah, other than that, we'll skate every morning. Probably even, yeah. So it'll be fun. So, anyways, guys, again, fun stream. It's fun to get back into it. I actually missed it. So, yeah, again, Brandon, thank you for coming.
Yep.
I will say, I did, I was about right here, the faith, and it's up there. It's up there. You did convince me a little bit, so I loved it. So, again, thank you again. We will hopefully again have you on. It was fun.
Yeah, no, I like that because
I love listening to him.
Because he knows wild.
Yeah.
Like I like that because like I don't follow that like all other than my team personally.
Yeah.
Like I'll follow like obviously you follow your team.
Hard, yeah.
Yeah. You
But,
look everything up. Like you know everything. It's hard to do all 32 teams,
Yeah.
man. Like so like it's really cool to have somebody else who knows another team to come on here
Yep.
and let you know like actually my team's good and they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know?
So
Because I totally get that
Yeah.
coming as a fan
yeah,
that you're
100%.
proud of your team.
exactly.
You know, I totally get it.
So again, yeah, we'll have him on
Yes.
again on probably. God, I'm getting tired. And
Playoff times.
playoff times, probably right before. Hopefully, maybe even sooner. So
Yeah.
if we see a big downfall, maybe we have to get him back on. But, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, again, thank you guys. Here, remember if you're here, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok if you haven't already. We are super excited to be back, and we are excited to see more hockey, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, just gonna show off this quick.
USA, baby.
USA. all the
USA.
way. Gold.
Gold. Okay.
Gold medal.
Bold prediction right there.
Mm-hmm.
Laviette. Just,
No.
Anyway. All right. Enjoy your New Year's, guys. Be